You guys have to travel together. At night, let's be honest, you guys are drinking, leaving the bar, or whatever it may be. You get into an Uber, you don't know if it's an Uber. You don't know anything about it. If there's two of you, something less likely will happen. Samantha was by herself. She had absolutely no chance. None.
That is the father of Samantha Josephson giving advice to other college students in hopes of preventing what happened to his daughter. Columbia authorities say the 21-year-old was kidnapped from 5 Points and killed after getting into a car she thought was her Uber ride. Tonight, we have new information on Josephson's death as she's being remembered days after police announced the arrest of her accused killer.
Our Ben Hoover is standing by live in 5 Points in Columbia, where mourners have built memorials near the area where investigators say the South Carolina student was last seen alive. Ben.
Tom and Gordon, behind me, you will see the bouquets of flowers and even the latest edition of the student newspaper, the Gamecock, that reads, "You will never forget her name." These are things and items that students have been coming by, placing throughout the day at this memorial on the fountain in the heart of 5 Points here in Columbia, South Carolina. Meanwhile, a source is sharing with us a chilling surveillance video of the night that Josephson was abducted. USC students stopped by Monday to relight candles that had burned out since the weekend, close to where Samantha Josephson was taken. According to police, after she got into a car she mistakenly thought was her Uber ride. She had been out late Thursday night and had gotten separated from friends. This is video given to us by a source who says it shows Josephson getting into a black Chevy Impala the night she went missing from 5 Points. On Saturday, 24-year-old Nathaniel Rowland was charged with Josephson's murder and kidnapping. The man, police say, dumped Josephson's body in a wooded rural area nearly 70 miles from Columbia in Clarendon County. The coroner there releasing Monday that Josephson's cause of death was due to multiple sharp force injuries. According to a SLED criminal background check, Rowland's legal history in South Carolina does not include previous charges of violence. He has a number of traffic violations, mostly for not wearing a seatbelt. The most serious previous charge, obtaining a signature or property under false pretenses in a complaint involving a pawn shop in Columbia. That case is still pending. Meanwhile, Josephson's death making students and their parents take stock of their nightly routines, like getting home safely late at night. That's something Samantha's father, Seymour Josephson, spoke of over the weekend at a vigil on campus.
What we have learned is that you cannot, men or women, you guys have to travel together at night.
Josephson stressing the importance of safety in numbers and making sure a driver with Uber or Lyft knows your name before getting in their car. Governor McMaster also reacting Monday to Josephson's death.
We should attempt to learn from events that we must help take care of each other. We must be careful. We must be strong. We must know what we're doing. But there are people out there who are determined to find a way to hurt other people, to take things from them, including their lives.
Meanwhile, Columbia police today reissuing information that they had posted last summer at a time when crime was on the rise here in 5 Points. It's a ride-share initiative, a partnership with the 5 Points Association, where they have designated spots in this area all throughout the night, at least until 3 a.m., where people can get their ride share. They can hook up with their ride share, their Uber or their Lyft, or they can take their shuttle back to campus, or of course a taxi. We'll post that information on our website, WSPA.com, so that you can share that with any loved one who you have here attending USC. For now, we're live in Columbia. Ben Hoover, 7 News.
You know what, Ben, this story has affected people all over the state and really all over the country as soon as it broke over the weekend. But in Columbia, where so many people are familiar with the area where you're standing right now, just how has it shaken that community?
I think that a sign of that would probably in the story that we just aired. You know, a number of students came up and placed candles today and flowers A lot of them tearing up in front of me and saying, I just cannot speak to you right now. I'm too shaken up about what has happened to our friend. Meanwhile, speaking to Columbia Police today, I asked, what do we know about what happened in that interaction between Josephson and Rowland in that car that night? Was he posing as an Uber driver, or was she just mistaken? And they said, unfortunately, the only person who knows that answer, that clear answer, is no longer with us. Gordon?
Wow, it's still a lot more information we do need to dig for in this. Ben Hoover, thank you.